Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of t-shirt design tutorial. So this is going to be a very basic veteran t-shirt design, but I am making this tutorial because I get a request to show how to use graphics from FreePic. So these are all the graphics you can see here. They are all from FreePic, but they are not just single vectors taken from FreePic, they are from bundles. So for this ribbons I am going to use this bundle, and from this bundle I will be using only this ribbon. So this is safe, you can use like this for your print on demand shops. And then for guns I will be using this bundle, and for wings I will be use this one. So you can use this use them like this. And for the skull and helmet I am going to use this one, but this is, as you can see, this is a pre-made vector. This is someone else made this, so we cannot just use it as it is. So we can take parts of it and then we can modify it. So for doing that I am going to use a skull from here, as you can see, maybe this one, and then I will use the helmet on top of this one. So this is going to be a vector modify tutorial. So if you can modify your vectors well, you can make any kind of designs you want. So let's start. First step is I am going to select all the blacks in my design. As you can see, it is of course selecting this flag too, because this is not black, but this is very close to black. So this is the problem with the magic wand tool. If we select anything with magic wand tool, that select everything that is very close to that color. So I am selecting black, but it is selecting this blue color here. So for fixing that I am going to lock this for now. I am using shortcut, but you can go to object and then lock. You will find the selection here. Okay, so this is now locked. It is not going to be selected. Now I am going to select all the blacks in my design, and I am going to make sure that they are all perfectly black, and it is going to look like this. So this is how it is going, and there is a little bit problem you can see. So for this one, for this helmet here, as you can see, there are colors that is very close to this black color, so that is also creating some problem for us. So let's do one by one. So I'm going to select, I can simply take a rectangle here, and then I can, with my eyedropper tool, I can select any color. And then if I select this rectangle and go to select same and then fill color, it is going to select everything that is in that exact same color. So this is going to be a bit easier than the previous option. So I'm going to select this one, then I'm going to select this color, and then again I'm going to go to select and select same. It is going to select everything that is in black color. So as you can see, everything is in black. I'm going to select this one, and then I will be selecting this color. Then again I'm using shortcut for the selection tool here, but you can just go to select and same fill color, and now I'm going to make it black. So you can see everything is now in black color. So that is going to be that is going to be fine. So I am going to select my text here. This is the text I will be using, but before doing that I am going to make a graphics area for my design. So my target here was to create a skull, and then I will add some wings in the background. I will maybe add a shield here, but before doing that I need this helmet. So I can simply double click on this group and see if I can select them. If I can remove these areas, then I will be able to easily take my this helmet here, and this is fine. I can use this one in my design, but as you can see there are many colors in it, so I need to make everything in black color. So selecting this one, then I am going to click on this trim option in my pathfinder tool. So once it is trimmed, I can simply double click, and then if I select anything that is in black, I can select that and then press Ctrl W. That is for the same fill color. I am going to just cut everything. Then whatever is left here, I am going to select them and delete. Then press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F is placing everything again here. So for this part I am going to remove this one, and that is going to create this kind of area here, but that is not a problem. We can simply fix that. We are using a different skull, so I cannot use this mouthpiece here because that will not match with my skull. But as you can see, this is the helmet we have. I need to make sure that everything is grouped together. So this is the helmet, this is the skull. I'm going to place them kind of like this, maybe in a smaller size, something like this. That is fine. and here I am going to select my skull and I will make it red for now so that I can easily see what is going on. So I need to bring my this helmet on top. So this is how it is going to look. Maybe I will make it a little bit bigger. I will bring this up a little bit so that it fits somewhere in the ear area, something like this. So this is going to work for me. Maybe I will just bring it a bit down. So this is good. Now here, as you can see, this is how it is looking, but I need to hide some areas of this skull which is visible through my helmet. So I'm going to select this skull here, open transparency, and make sure that your fill color is black. And once you have selected the black color, you can now draw some areas that you want to hide. So I want to hide this area. Simply I am going to take my pencil tool and draw a shape like this. That is going to hide my those area. So you can see I want to hide this part. I want to hide all this area. I can see from here. So that is good. Maybe I will just add some shape here. That is fine. I don't want this part. I am not erasing anything. I am just drawing a shape wherever I want to hide. Just like this. So as you can see, this is now fitting with the skull. That is fine. Now if I make it black again, it is going to look like this, kind of like this. So that will work for me. Nothing to worry about. So I'm going to select them and make it a group. So this is going to be the skull and helmet part. That is fine. I have a gun here and I'm going to place it somewhere like this. I will make it a little bit bigger than how it is right now. Then Ctrl C, Ctrl F, Ctrl R. So what I did is Ctrl C, Ctrl F is copy paste in front, and Ctrl R is the reflect option. That is the shortcut I created, but you can right click and go to transform and reflect. You can see my shortcut is Ctrl R. So it is going to reflect like this. That is fine. I am going to select these two. I am going to align them, then make it a group. Now I have two groups, this skull group and this guns group. I can select them and then align them in the center position. So this is the position I want it to be, maybe in here. So that is fine. Now as you can see, this is looking like a messy graphic here. So what I will do is I am going to select this skull group. I will create an offset path for it. Just a basic offset path, maybe 5 pixel is good. I will make this meter option to round, and this is how it is going to be. Just click OK. Do not click anywhere else. Press Ctrl X to cut. Now I have that in my clipboard. I am going to select this guns group, open transparency, and press Ctrl F here. So Ctrl F is going to paste it here. Nothing is happening right now. But if I go to my Pathfinder tool and click on this merge and unite, that is going to make my skull visible. So as you can see what is happening here. So before merging and uniting, you can see there are some gaps in my skull. There are some empty areas in my skull. But make it merge and unite will make it a solid shape. So there is nothing, no gaps here, nothing is missing here. So a solid shape is hiding all the parts that was visible through my skull. So that is fine. Now I am going to make this to a group again. I will use these wings from here. I will need just one wings. So I am going to remove the other one. So I have little part here. I can select that with my direct selection tool and delete that. That is good. Okay, so from my wings here, I am going to just select this black color and then going to cut it, and then I will erase all the extra element and I am going to make it a group. So I will place my wings like this. I want it to look like kind of aligning with my guns here. That is fine. I will just make a copy and reflect it in this area. I am going to align it with the other wings here. So here I am going to just make this guns the last area of my wings, as you can see. So I will do the same here. I will align it with the guns, and now this is how it is looking. I will maybe just bring it a bit down like this, and this is fine. So here I will make it a group. Now if I cut these wings and go inside this group of guns, so if I select this, you can see I applied that skull silhouettes inside the group. So if I bring anything inside this group, that shape is going to be automatically applied to that. So if I double click where I can select each of the guns individually, and here if I press Ctrl F, that is going to place my wings here, and as you can see that skull shape is already being applied to that wings, so that is fine. Now from here I want to keep my guns on top, so I will just create an offset path for my this guns. I'll cut it, then selecting this wings group, open transparency and paste it here. Just make it merge unite. So merge unite is going to make it look like this. So there is a little part visible here from this area of the wings. I can keep that or I can remove that. If I want to remove, I will just need to make a shape here, and that will be hidden. As you can see, this is how it is going to look, and that is fine with me. I am happy with that. So here I will just use a ribbon. As you can see, I have a ribbon here. So this one I will just make sure that everything is aligning in the center position. That is good. In this position I will use my ribbon like this, so that is good. And I will make it, I will place it somewhere like this where the helmet is touching my ribbon just a little bit. That is fine. Okay, so maybe I can use another ribbon from here. Maybe I can use this one. Let's try this one. Maybe this will fit better. Okay, so I am going to again align it with everything, and here I will make it bigger like this, and then bring it just a little bit overlapping with the helmet part here. That is fine. For this part I will take care of it later. So I am going to select my this ribbon here, and then I will bring a copy of it just like this, where it will be overlapping with the skull just a little bit, just like it was doing with the helmet part. So that is fine. Now selecting everything from here, I am going to need this helmet and skull group. I am going to make a offset path for it just like this, cut it. Okay, so if I don't want to make the offset path again, if I select this group, I will find that exact shape inside the transparency, so I can simply copy it from here and then click here. Now I need to select this group, these two wings. I am going to make them a group and then open transparency, and here I can press Ctrl F. So that shape is going to apply to my these two groups. As you can see, this is how it is looking. So that is fine. For this area here, I want the guns to be on top, not the ribbons. So for that I am going to select this guns group, create an offset path, cut it, and here I am going to select this ribbon. I am going to go inside the transparency and then press Ctrl F. So this is how it is going to look, and as I said before, we need to make it merge. Okay, so we can see the shapes inside the guns here. So for fixing that, we can simply click on merge unite. So merge unite will make it look like this. So as you can see, this area is not the important part of the ribbon, so we can hide that because our text will be just here. So it is going to look like this. That is fine. So this is the main graphic area of our design, and we have two text placement area here. So what I will do is, I am a grumpy veteran, so I am going to keep this like this. Then I have two long text here. My oath of enlistment has no expiration date. I can simply place them on my ribbon just like this. Then I have two lines on top, and then I will be left with two lines for the bottom part. So this is how my design will, I will arrange it. So let's try. So for this design, I am going to use two different fonts. One is going to be D-Day Stencil. This is a good font. I am going to use a stencil font because this is the army related design. So stencil is the font type. Okay, so I am going to show you the font name here, and then another one I will use is Charlie, Checkpoint Charlie. So Checkpoint Charlie is another stencil font. I am going to use this. You will find both of them in the font.com, and you can download them from there. So this is the name of the fonts. So let's say I am going to use this veteran text with this one, and I will use this one just like this. So this one I am going to use this text. This one will be this font. Then again, God Bless America, I am going to make it this font. Then this one will be this one. Just a alternation of the font. So this is how it is going to be. Now let's place our text on this area. We can do it in many different ways. We can simply make an ellipse from here, and we need to match that with the curve of the ribbon. As you can see here, I'm trying to match it with the curve. So this is how it is going to be. It is going to match. Then I can bring a copy of it just like this. So my oath of enlistment, I am going to cut this text. I am going to select this ellipse, go to type on a path tool, click on this anchor point and press Ctrl V. So Ctrl V is going to paste it, but it is too big for the ribbon. And here I am going to just, I need to go to type on a path, options, change the baseline to center and click OK. So this is how it is going to be. If I change this direction to here and then make it center align, it is going to look like this. As you can see, this is not looking very good, or maybe you will not understand, but this font, this is a long line and the font is too short. So I need to use a font which is a bit longer than that we are using. So let's try Checkpoint Charlie. So that is going to be also a longer one. I have some other stencil fonts, so let's see which one looks the best. My oath of enlistment. So this font is what we are using. We can use this one maybe, but I need to make it a little bit smaller. My oath of enlistment, that is fine. So I can simply use this one, or I can just bring this text to here, and here I am going to just change the direction of the text just like this, and then I am going to select this one, make it this font, cut it, paste it here, and we are done. So as you can see, has an expiration date. This is how it is going to be. I am going to select this one and then align it with the ribbon here. So this is how it is going to look. Okay, that is fine. I am a Grumpy veteran. So here in this one, the text, I am a Grumpy veteran, you can see we have some issues here, which is okay. I will show that a bit later. So let's try to, I'm going to break this font, and this is going to be the widest area of my design. Nothing will go after this area. So I'm going to bring my ruler here. I can simply place a ruler here to see which is going to be the area of my design. So this is how it is looking. So as you can see, we have a ribbon here, so we can make a curve in our this veteran text which will fit with the ribbon and it will look good. So maybe like this, or maybe that is too much, but let's try. So something like this. As you can see, now it is fitting with the curve. So I am a Grumpy veteran. I am going to make this a little bit smaller and place it here, but as you can see, we have apostrophe comma here, which is making the area of my design is something like this. But if we can bring that inside the text area, then my design area will be here. So for fixing that, I am going to press Shift T. Shift T is for touch type tool. You can find that tool here, and with touch type tool I can bring this, just bring it like this, as you can see. So this is now, that is going to be the area of my design. So that is fine. I'm going to simply break it. I can simply place it in the center position just like this. My oath of enlistment has an expiration date. God bless America and those who defend it. Okay, so for this area here, I can make this America a bigger text like this veteran. So let's try that. That is going to make my design a little bit longer, but let's try how it looks. We have a text which is bigger at the top, so we can try something like similar in the bottom area. So we have this arc lower effect applied on the veteran text. We can do the same here, which will be arc upper, and arc upper is going to look like this. Okay, so I am going to keep it here, and then for this area, God bless, I am going to, okay, so I need to make it that font to make the alternation, and I can simply place it here just like this. That is fine. I'm going to break this text here, and I will just align everything with my these rulers here. Let's bring it like this. So as you can see, this is how it is looking, and that is fine. For this area, my design is looking a bit longer than it should be. I can fix that, and for fixing that I will need to adjust these ribbons. So as you can see, for this ribbon here, I need to, okay, so first step is I will select this ribbons group, and whatever I pasted inside them, I will just cut them. Now from here I am going to select this. Okay, I am going to ungroup it. Selecting this text and this ribbon, I will bring it just like this. So that will give me some area, and then from here I will just bring this to maybe a bit like this. This is how it is going to look. So I am going to select these two ribbons again, make it a group, open transparency, and here as I copied whatever I pasted, if I press Ctrl F here, that is going to be pasted again. So as you can see, this is how it is looking. So everything else is looking good except this area. This is not looking very good. So for this area I will keep my ribbon on top because my design is being longer than as it should be. So I need to sacrifice that area. As you can see, now my design is looking like this. So for this area I will just select this ribbon. I will create an offset path for it. Then I will select this group, skull and the helmet, open transparency, and here I am going to press Ctrl F. I will make it merge unite. So merge unite is going to make it look like this. That is not a problem. And as you can see, for this area, the ribbon, this is not looking good. So I will select the ribbon and then go inside the transparency. Here I will just remove these parts that I don't want to be visible. And this is how it is looking. So that is fine. Okay, so for this area, okay, so this is how it is looking. That is good for us. Okay, so we can simply bring this up here just a little bit. I'm going to expand it as I don't need that effect anymore. So as you can see, this is how we can reduce the size of our design, and that is fine. So previous size was here, but now it is going to be here. I will bring another one for this area. That is fine. Here there is a little bit problem. There is a little fixing needed. So I am going to select this one, this two. I will make the America the key object and align it with the text. That is fine. Here I will just add an ellipse. So a ellipse or maybe a rounded rectangle will look better. So something like this, just a little bit bigger than my text. I'm going to make it in a stroke. That is fine. And then I will select this one, make it in the center position. That is good. So maybe just make it a little bit smaller, and then here I will select this one, copy, selecting this ribbon group, and inside the ribbons transparency I will place it here. Here I am going to press Ctrl Shift X. Shift X will make it fill, and now as you can see, this is looking a separate area. I can simply bring that a bit up like this. That is good. Okay, so this is how it is. This is how my design is looking right now. Let's add some random shapes to fill some of the gaps here. Okay, we can use that, or we can simply use, okay, let's not make it complicated. I'm just going to place some of them here. That is fine. So I'm trying to draw a lightning bolt here, but this is how it is looking. Don't worry, we can fix it with our direct selection tool. So that is good. Maybe it will look good here. Okay, so I'm going to make them a group, and then if I align it, it is going to be the center position. So as you can see, this is how my design is looking right now. I will remove the rulers because I don't need them anymore. Okay, so for this area it is looking a bit empty here. So let's try to make a stroke here, maybe a bit bigger, and I'm going to apply this effect to my stroke. One, I'm pressing Ctrl D to duplicate, make them a group. Then I will bring another one here, make this the wide of it, rotating. Now, okay, so this is how it is going to be. So this is, as you can see, this is how it is looking, and this is my final design. This is how it will be. So we can now make the color part, or just let me show you how to color this design. So I am going to keep a copy, and then I will make it a group, and I am going to expand everything. So go to object, expand appearance, then expand again, keep expanding unless there is no stroke visible here. So you can see there is, it's showing no stroke and only fill color is black. So for coloring this image or this design, I am going to I'm going to make a black background, and for this one I am going to make it red so that we can see. So as you can see, this is how it is looking, but this is not the right way of coloring in my graphic, because as you can see, this two is not looking same. This is looking a bit something different. This skull and helmet part is looking a bit different than this one. So for fixing this, we need to do the proper color. So for coloring this image, first of all, whatever is in simple flat graphic, as you can see, these are in flat shapes. There is no 3D, there is no highlight shadow in them. So we are going to keep them as it is. But wherever we see a shadow or a highlight or a 3D shape like this ribbon here, we need to do some work there. And first step is I am going to make it black. So this layer will be black, which is fine. Now I'll just go inside that group. Then here I am going to make a shape like this. I will make it whatever color I want. Then I will select this, press Shift M for shape builder tool and erase. So as you can see, this is how it is looking, and I will do the same for this area. I am going to select this too and then press Shift M to erase like this with the shape builder tool. So as you can see, this is how it is looking, but our text is not visible. So for fixing that, we need to select our text and make it black. It is going to be visible just like this. So that is fine. Now for this area here, we will start with the very first graphic here. So this wings group, I am going to start with the wings group. First step is make it black. Then I am going to create a red layer, as that is the color I am using. I will just make it, I will just erase it with my magic wand tool. So as you can see, this is how it is looking, but there is a little problem which is visible from here. As you can see, this area we hide, but this is now visible. So for fixing that, we need to select this red shape, this too, cut it, then go inside this wings group where you can select each and every wings individually, and here press Ctrl B. So that wings is going to be, that red or that transparency effect is going to apply on the red shapes too. Now it is going to look like this, which is very good. Don't worry about this area, this will not be visible. So you can see this is how it is looking. Let's work for the guns area here. So you need to remember one thing, you need to come inside the group where you can select each and everything individually. So I can select them here. I am going to make them black, and then here I will make the color layer whatever color I want, and then I am going to select this guns and this shape, press Shift M for shape builder, and as you can see, this is how it is looking. So that is fine. So one more, this skull group, I need to come inside the group where I can select them individual. As you can see, the helmet is being selected. If I click here, the skull is being selected. That means they are individually selecting. So I am going to make them black. This is the very old technique I use of coloring vector. So if you are an old viewer of my channel, you should know this. So I am selecting everything, and then with magic wand, with shape builder, I am going to erase the extra part of the graphic. So as you can see, now it is visible. Now it is completely looking exactly same like the other one. If I select this red with my magic wand tool, I can make it now any color I want. So let's try something army green type color. That is good. So as you can see, I can now make it. This is now becomes a one color design. I can now change the colors with one click. Whatever color I want, I can apply it with one click. So this is how you can color a vector graphic. So that's it for today's tutorial, guys. I hope it was helpful. If you learned something new from this one, let me know in the comment section, and if you want more tutorials like this, let me know that too. So that's it for today's video. Have a great time.